2016, I was looking to transition from being a barista to becoming a web developer, and I was studying my ass off every single day. I was applying to jobs pretty much whenever I had 1 minute off. I was working as a barista and I had lunch breaks, or whenever there was some time off between customers, I was going on the iPad pretty much every single day religiously, maybe 20-30 jobs a day. I didn't really care, I just pressed the apply button. And then from time to time, recruiters were calling me, and this recruiter specifically asked me if I know about a technology called Redux. Maybe you've heard of it, maybe you didn't, it's irrelevant, right? I said, yeah, of course I know it, because I was studying from my Udemy courses, as you are probably. And then he asked me, okay, how well do you know it? And I said from 1 to Dan Abramov, which Dan Abramov is the guy who created that thing. I said, I'm around 9. Well, Dan Abramov was 10, right? So I was extremely cocky and extremely proud of myself, and I thought that I knew stuff. The biggest mistake that juniors are making, they don't know what they don't know, and because of that they assume they know everything. Okay, I've seen this many times, and yesterday I've made a live stream on my channel, you can check it out, and this guy was saying something like, oh, I'm a mid-level developer and I cannot find a job and blah blah blah. And I was feeling bad for that guy, because I remember I was him. I remember I was that guy who thought I know everything, thought I have knowledge about every single aspect of programming. Like web development, it's easy, like programming, it's easy, I can do this. I've seen my tutorials, I've seen my courses, I've made some basic stuff, and I thought that the world is unfair and the world doesn't want to give me a chance, because I was also a mid-level developer such as that guy. But now, as I was thinking about that guy, probably he's gonna watch this video or not, I don't really care. I was thinking, like, how many people are in that situation, that exact situation that I used to be in, where they think that they're really, like the sharpest pen in the box. This is the worst situation where you can be. You can never think that you know everything. Pride is going to kill you. That guy is not the only instance, he just popped up, it's one of those that randomly comment, right? But pride is very prevalent, okay? We think we are the best. Of course, you are the most important person in this world, like nobody knows more than you, nobody is better than you. That's what you think, and it's normal. That's how you are wired, to only care about yourself. Never rest on your laurels, because you never know what you don't know. There are so many unknowns that you are not even aware of, okay? And I'm telling you this as someone who worked as a developer for 5 years. I am intimidated by other programmers because I know how great they are. I know there are so many depths to this game. The moment where you think you are the best and you got it, that's when you will mess up big time. You lose your job because you rest on your laurels. You will not progress and push enough to develop your skills to actually get a job, because you think you are already good anyway. Maybe you don't even think it consciously, but subconsciously you act like that, right? Because when you finish a bootcamp, you think that, oh, after 3 months you have enough knowledge. No. After 3 months, you're barely starting out. You're barely starting out. If you're a self-taught developer and you are building e-commerce apps, and Pokemon apps, and weather apps, and to-do apps, and you put that in your portfolio that looks absolutely terrible, you will not get anywhere. That shit used to work in 2015, before I got my job. And I'm not telling you this to buy my shit. You can buy my shit, but the point of this is that you need to raise your standards, because there is a thing called market sophistication. And the way market sophistication works is like this. Something new appears, let's say React. Everyone wants React, and it doesn't matter how good you are at React, okay? Everyone can get a job. And that used to be the case in 2015, 2016, 17, 18, roughly around that period of time. If you knew some React, you were automatically hired. And it didn't even matter how good you are. If you were able to map over an array and create some components, that's it, hired, genius already. After some time, you need to learn how to manage state and stuff like that. Then, as time goes on, TypeScript became a new thing, right? If you knew a bit of TypeScript, if you installed TypeScript in an app, you were a TypeScript developer. You were like a god, right? And that used to be the case in 2019, 2020, something like that. Now that stuff is like mandatory. In the past, if you had an app with like 2 or 3 routes, you were a god at front-end development. Now, if you have 2-3 routes in your application, you are just starting out. That's a template. Now people want more, and people are entitled to want more. Why not? Products are getting crazier. Products need to be faster, more efficient, better looking, work smoother. People want developers that can do the work faster. You want more, right? When you go to the restaurant, you pay $20, and are you not upset that you're not getting more fries for your money? Are you not upset? You want more, right? That's how businesses think. They want to pay top dollar to get top talent. Try to get into the minds of the employers and start to see what they're looking for. Right now, there is a trend where the average person gets pushed away, okay? The middle class is not existent anymore. If you want to be part of the middle class, you need to be better than average. And you have to understand that people are not looking for 10 average developers. People are looking for one badass one, becoming a badass, a savage. Like when you show your work to someone, their jaws should drop. They should be like fighting over you. And now you might be saying, oh, but how can I do that? Think, right? Think, what do people want? What are the companies that you want to work for? Start to be a bit more proactive instead of spending your time on Reddit watching people that are saying that the job market is destroyed and nobody is hiring developers. I was hanging out with my students and I was so proud of them. They were watching a Reddit thread about, coding bootcamps and portfolios and blah, blah, blah. And they were laughing at them. Like, you don't even know what the level is. And I'm urging you to stop watching so much content that makes you feel good and try to be proactive and see what people are looking for and become that person instead of being who you are. Because being who you are is not gonna get you hired, especially in this economy. And this economy is gonna come back to normal at some point, and you have to be prepared for that. Okay, you don't wanna miss the train again and again and again just because you're not ready. You have to be proactive and you have to build your skills. In order for you to build your skills, you need to have some sort of goals. I'm urging you to spend 20 minutes today, 30 minutes. Research some SaaS products, some SaaS companies. Try to understand what they're doing, okay? Don't make another movie app. That's lazy, that's boring. Nobody cares about that shit. You are gonna be an average developer, junior developer. Like, it's so boring. Like, I don't even want to do reviews anymore because they are so boring. It's the same thing over and over. Spend some money, buy a Tailwind template pack. It's $100. Build something nice, something that looks good, something that's useful for once. And I know it's gonna take time. 3 months, maybe 6 months. But do you want to spend 3 months or 6 months jerking off watching another 6-hour YouTube clone build, or buying another Udemy course that's gonna promise you the world and you'll end up watching that not knowing what to do after? Don't you think it's time for you to actually remove that ego and say, I don't know, let me be proactive and let me figure out what I actually have to do in this job? That's gonna help you. So yeah, maybe it's time for you to wake up. Trust me, if you are that good, if you are in that position where you're applying, if you were that good, people will die to hire you. Cristiano Ronaldo in his prime, when he was at Real Madrid, if you know about this stuff. If you're American, it's something called football, not soccer. Superstar. Imagine Ronaldo decides to leave Real Madrid. Do you think he would have troubles finding a job? Do you think he would be on the internet complaining that nobody wants to hire him? He's so good, but nobody wants to hire him? No, he's gonna be signed next week and he's gonna have $100 million in his account straight away and 5 Bugattis. Get a coach to show you what you don't know, because you'll just spend months and years doing the same thing like everyone else with no edge whatsoever. And then you'll be complaining on Reddit that programming is dead, when in fact you are dead. First link in the description to be part of my coaching program. Second link in the description to check out my coaching program. See ya.